What if the feeling that you're lost isn't actually proof that you've lost your way? What if it's proof that you're finally leaving a path that was never yours? Because here's something strange. Most people spend their entire lives following roads they never chose. And yet, they never call themselves lost. But the moment you stop following the crowd, uncertainty appears. And suddenly, you think something is wrong with you. Maybe it isn't. Maybe being lost is just what freedom feels like. In the beginning, at some point, almost everyone asks the same quiet question: what am I doing with my life? It usually happens late at night, after scrolling through people who seem more successful, more confident, more certain, while you're sitting there wondering why everyone else appears to have a direction, and you don't. Maybe your friends are getting promoted, starting businesses, getting married, moving to new cities, building lives that look complete from the outside. Meanwhile, you're changing interests every few months, questioning your career, starting things and abandoning them, feeling like you're always behind. So you begin to believe a dangerous idea: that everyone else has found the answer, and somehow you missed it. But what if that's not true? Imagine a traveler standing in the middle of a vast forest. There are dozens of paths. Some are wide and crowded. Others are narrow and silent. The traveler doesn't know which way to go. So he looks around and notices that most people are walking down the same road. It must be the right one, right? So he follows. For years, he walks where everyone walks, believes what everyone believes, wants what everyone wants. And whenever he feels uncomfortable, he tells himself, "At least I'm heading somewhere." Then one day, he notices something. The road feels familiar, but not meaningful. Safe, but empty. He realizes he has spent years moving without ever asking where he wanted to go. So he does something terrifying. He steps off the road. The moment he does, the certainty disappears. The signs disappear. The crowd disappears. And for the first time, he has no idea where he's going. This is usually the moment people call themselves lost. But think about it. Was he lost while blindly following a road chosen by others? Or is he only calling himself lost now because he's finally making his own decisions? The philosopher Soren Kierkegaard once wrote that anxiety is the dizziness of freedom. Freedom sounds beautiful until you realize it comes with responsibility. No one can choose for you anymore. No one can guarantee you're making the right decision. No one can hand you a map. And that's terrifying. So many people return to the crowd, not because the path is right, but because uncertainty is painful. Yet every meaningful life seems to begin in this exact place. A place where certainty ends and exploration begins. Think about artists, writers, entrepreneurs, scientists. Most of them looked lost at some point. Not because they lacked direction, but because they were creating a direction nobody could see yet. To the outside world, exploration always looks like confusion, until it works. Then people call it vision. Perhaps the biggest mistake we make is assuming that life is supposed to feel certain. We imagine that one day we'll discover our purpose, and suddenly everything will make sense. Every decision, every step, every year ahead. But life rarely works that way. Meaning is usually found backwards, not forwards. You connect the dots after you've lived them, not before. The problem is that we're trying to see chapter 20, while we're still on page 3. We want guarantees. We want signs. We want proof. But growth often requires moving before certainty arrives. Maybe you're not lost because you don't know where you'll end up. Maybe you're simply standing in the same place, where every meaningful journey begins. At the edge of the known. If you're watching this tonight, wondering whether you've fallen behind, wondering whether everyone else has figured something out that you haven't, remember this. A compass doesn't work because it knows the destination. It works because it points in a direction. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need all the answers. You don't even need certainty. You only need enough courage to take the next step. Because people who are truly lost rarely question where they're going. They simply keep following paths that don't belong to them. The fact that you're questioning your direction might be the strongest sign that you're finally searching for your own. And maybe you were never lost at all. In the silence of the night, every path seems uncertain. But the stars have never needed roads to find their place in the sky.